Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frozen, and today we're back into the UnderMine. Now today I would like to be able to, if I can, actually get a complete run. And we're going to try doing that. And I'm not going to buy anything, we're just going to jump straight down, and we're going to see how we get along. So, I want to prove that I'm good at the game. I've been having a few runs, and I have not actually had any successful attempts, which is making me feel self-conscious about me playing video games again. But it's fine, it's fine. So yeah, we're doing Dante today. I would like to do an intelligence build, so let's try that out. And we'll see what we can get. Ooh, an early Adventurer's Bank. I would like that. Mind you, the other potion is also pretty good. We'll see how much gold we get. We'll see how much gold we get before. But yeah, anyway, how are we all doing? I hope we are all doing okay, having a great week. I myself, I'm taking a break from some of the Dungeons & Dragons work I've been doing, which, I say now, I enjoy it. I love setting stuff up. I am literally addicted to it no matter whatever I do, so... But I have a D&D session to plan out for New Year's, which is going to be fun. I've got some people that have not played D&D before wanting to learn how to play. So that is the plan, is to basically show them how fun D&D is. And the theme I've got for my session that we're doing, which is going to be about 4 hours long, is going to be the Eternal New Year's Party. And I have the main antagonist being a Dionysus type character, essentially basing them off that sort of like constant party attitude and everything else, while never wanting it to end. And it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy it. I like setting this stuff up, and inspiration came from me playing a bit of Hades 2, and you know, being like, I remember Dionysus, and he's partying even at the end of his world there as well. So I thought, why not emulate that and just like drag it into D&D a little bit. So I've got a few things we're setting up. One of the ones I wanted to kind of like have it like time gated a little bit, but I didn't know how to do that originally, and I came up with the idea of just like having a timer in a counter, and every hour or so we just have to repeat the day, and they could then take information they learned from the previous days onwards. It's a bit like Groundhog Day-esque. Or the other way, which I'm now going to do because I prefer it more, because I think it fits with just like new players better, as well as just like mechanical wise and stuff like that, is I am going to kind of like give tasks a time that they essentially take to accomplish, very Persona-esque style, or things like that. And like those sort of games, so very time management, like, you know, this task will essentially cost you this much time, so... Yeah, why not? Let's take the Keyblade. I don't know if I get much strength out of it, but there are things that convert strength into intelligence, so I don't think that's a bad pickup. And re-rolling it when I want to get the other thing as well would seem not a great idea. Actually, I kind of want to get hit by those. I would like more curses anyway, because I would like to I would like to be able to then get rid of them to get more blessings. But yeah, so that is kind of on my, basically setting up a bunch of tasks to complete, at which point I'm going to give them rewards that will essentially kind of allow them to kind of like essentially collect relics and stuff to say they complete a task. Like one of them is going to be like an endless bottle of wine, which will then... I don't want to make it like the solution to another task, although I would like it to be an easier solution to another task, which is something I'm working on as well, just because fairness and all that. So, like, if they complete certain tasks in a specific order, the tasks will get easier. Otherwise, they have to do it the hard way. I think that's fair, like, have them all interlinked with each other, so no matter what they do, eventually they'll get a task, they get some that are easy and some that are the hard solution based upon their choices, you know? Oh, nice. I was thinking that that would do that. I think I've done it before, and I still forget. So, that is going to be kind of like the plan and stuff, and... I'm going to see how that works out. I think that's fair. I'm going to keep it still a bit more open compared to, probably like, the way that I would normally... probably end up railroading this one a little bit more than I normally do. Like, I'm normally a D&D player that just kind of allows my players to make their own decisions and then suffer the consequences from it later. But then I don't let them get off scot-free because if you make one decision, something else happens somewhere else. Now, let's take the adventurer's bank. And I don't get to buy anything else, so... I mean, I could get some fish, but I don't care about that. You know. Like, I've had a horde of zombies coming out of sea once because they decided to go the wrong direction. I didn't need to use a bomb here. That's my bad. It wasn't my fault, okay? They knew that the necromancer was... you know, collecting zombies in a forest, and they decided that a detour to a distant village in the opposite direction was more entertaining than either stopping or finding more information about that, so he ended up sending his army to the town, and they had to then try and defend against it. Would it have been easier if they stopped him earlier? Didn't have many of them, I'd just say. It's not vindictive for them not obeying the rules, okay? As I say to any group, every decision has consequences. Whether you see them now or later is up to you. But yeah, so I'm kind of happy how things are turning out with it, basically. And I'm kind of looking forward to essentially, later down the line, getting to, just kind of, like, go through it all and actually do it, because I think it's going to be funny with just, like, people having to do, like, karaoke or something like that as a fun sort of, like, joke task that is actually part of the whole main quest and stuff that's complete, you know, or, like, try and perform a very particular magic trick to my satisfaction, or like random stuff like that, which is just entertaining anyway, right? Reduces max mana. Should I just take strength? Like, if we're gonna have strength build anyway, like some strength could be useful. No, we'll take health. We'll take health. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting to kind of like do stuff like that and make it more all round. Ooh. Shockwave when your team recovers health and mana. I don't really have long projectiles, so this actually might be a reroll one. Being Pierce and Caliber for your followers. That's kind of nice, but I don't really need that. Let's carry on and see if we can find something we can actually get rid of, then. I got hit by everything there. And I didn't actually, What is with me taking hits today? I am just not concentrating whatsoever. Anyway. But yeah, other than that, I'm just kind of like looking forward to setting it up, like actually going through it all. I still got a bunch of stuff I got to do. and sort out and kind of balance and stuff. So I'm thinking about all that stuff at the moment, and okay, cool, yeah, we'll do that. I pressed the wrong button. And then once I've got all that sorted, it'll be a grand old time. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be, like, I think after like a few people get a few drinks in them and stuff, and we're playing that, and then we're all doing stupid things, we're all acting silly and stuff. And don't worry, I'm not going to leave myself out of acting stupid and doing stupid stuff. You know, one of the challenges will be beat the DM in a game of their choosing. I just love doing stuff like that. I think it's just funny for the sake of funny, and you know, everyone wants to face off against the dungeon master. That's why they all playing D&D. But yeah, combat-wise, I'm kind of limiting it a little bit. I don't want too much combat in there, because I want it to be fair for everyone, so they can all kind of like get a good feel of the game and stuff. And I know combat's very overpowering a little bit, so I'm not thinking of running like a high level campaign or anything else. I'm thinking of like keeping it between maybe like 3 and 5. But I'm still trying to balance that out in my head and just making sure that the encounters seem interesting enough. Because my main worry is I give them too much stuff and then people don't really know what they can do. And I've got to set the builds up and stuff, so I've got some interesting things I'm thinking about when I want to make decisions on it. Ooh. Glass suit. More keys though. No, we gotta see what I can reroll the item room in first. We've got enough gold now. That is perfect. We'll take that. My intelligence will have quite good. Now if you just get the mediocre ring, we're going to be laughing. Mediocre. But yeah. So, maybe we'll just drink the potion actually here. Just so I actually have some healing. I don't have anything else for there. I can get the 2 keys, and it is worth it, because it is some extra damage, and also keys to the next floor. No, the next floor? After the boss. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be fun and entertaining is the main thing, and I'm excited about it, and I'm also hoping that everyone else is going to enjoy it as well. Yeah, they've really sped up the hatching of those eggs. I think that's what's throwing me off. Maybe I just haven't noticed it before, because I normally remove them quickly or kill bosses quick. But with this, I have a DOT effect, which doesn't really bode well. Yeah, this is definitely one of those. But yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to all that stuff, and hopefully with any luck we can have a very good evening, and it'll be a kind of nice way to start off our kind of New Year's bash as such. I am a warrior when it comes to stuff like that. Like, everything's sorted, then like I'm like, okay, I'm happy with it all now, and then I'm just like instantly like, I hope everyone else is. It's the instant worry. But yeah, so I've got that to sort out. Also, hopefully start doing some regular streaming and stuff. So, obviously, with sort of the Christmas period, probably won't be streaming over that directly. But I do plan to try and stream every Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what I'm doing those evenings. And then that'll be for like a couple of hours. And then Friday, which hopefully be for maybe 4 hours or so. And then on Sunday is going to be the main day. I want to do that as well, which hopefully that will be for a good, 6 hours or so. Which the Sunday streams will probably be on Kick at the moment. I think I would like to do that there just because I think I should diversify my audience a little bit, as well as then and do these sort of shorter streams on YouTube here, because you guys have been with me since the beginning, so I all appreciate you. And if you want to come around and say hello, in weekdays it'll probably be 6 PM onwards, around there, and I'm still deciding on the Sunday at the moment as this video is going up, but it'll probably be around midday GMT or your regional equivalent. But I might try and make it more flexible for some American viewers, just because you guys are a big part of my audience, and if I need to do a late night stream, I need to do a late night stream, and that is it for me. So for me, it might be like really late Saturday night, depending on how the time conversion works. Like, I've got to look that up, man. It's one of those things where I look it up and I remember it, and I think you guys are like 6 hours ahead of us, isn't it? Or something like that? I'm not too sure, but yeah, let me know on weekends. Is there a better time for streaming-wise where you guys are either free or find it easier to watch stuff in like the evening or something? I don't know. Are you 6 hours ahead? Or yeah, you're 6 hours. I think it's like 6 to 8 hours ahead, isn't it? Because you have like 3 or 4 different time zones as well. So, East Coast versus West Coast. Don't start a war in the comments now. West Side's the best. Sorry, I'm from the West Side. Being UK and all. Nothing in the shop, that is fine. Let's continue on. Get luck. Luck could be worth it. Ingenuity. Does that increase my flame? Blessing, personal seal. Star, the whip, which just Oh yeah, so intelligence, pierce, capital, ricochet, fork, bounce. Okay, so just intelligence increases it, and obviously ricochet and fork or bounce is the things we want from there. And that is strength, intelligence, ingenuity, alacrity, and reach. Okay. So, I mean, that does technically do that. Let's just increase our max health. We lose to frailty instantly, but we'll get that back. We'll get that back. Don't overcomplicate it. Fine. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in instant extra health back. In just like trying to, one, give you guys something back that have supported me. Well, you've shown your support by subscribing, watching videos, stuff like that, commenting, liking videos, all that sort of stuff, because, as I've always said, I've always done this as a part-time thing and things like that, and I think I need to be more active as part of, like, us being a community, as there are, I think, about, like, nearly 230 of us all subscribe to this channel, and you probably all watch different things and stuff, but... And I do try to, like, reply to every comment on the videos and stuff as well, but I think having live interactions is going to be a good way forward. I think my general style of playing games and chatting around about random BS is very indicative to streaming, so I thought that'd be kind of like a good mix as well. And because, like, it'll also mean that I can adjust some of the YouTube content a little bit better. Because at the moment I do put a video out every day, like in this style of format anyway. and this can kind of go into the streaming role a little bit, and I can see come this going, but I can over time adapt some of the other stuff. Is that the spawns an altar when praying an altar? Not an evolve. Yeah, let's take that, actually. That's really good. I wish I stayed not going to the altar now. First world problems. But yeah. So, it is delightfully interesting. And I kind of, you know, and then if stuff becomes a success from that, then we can progress things from there and see how things go, right? Like, my main point at the moment is, can I live? And then we can worry about the rest of the stuff afterwards, right? I said all this currently is done in my free time anyway, so... And I'm old, like, you know. I'm an old man. Actually, that's one thing. So, this is me, as... I wouldn't say I'm an old man, but, I act like it. You know, I'm like 30-something, right? And, you know, I enjoy playing games, have a social life, hang out with friends, and everything else well. Productive member of society, and usual stuff, and... You know, I spend my time on the internet as well, like everyone else does. But what is up with everyone and, like, hating on 30-year-olds at the moment? Like, genuinely. Like, dude, you're not even halfway through your life yet, and you're already moaning that someone's, like, you know, a 30-year-old something. And I'm like, Jesus, like, come on. You know, it's just it's always this thing where it's just like, I don't know why it's becoming such almost a derogatory term to call someone 30 years old. I don't know if any of you guys like that watch these videos have noticed that as well. Oh, we fell down. I didn't want to. Oh well. Yeah, I think we had everything from that floor anyway. I guess we missed out secret rooms. But it kind of really just is just one of those things where I'm just like, oh, come on, really? Like my favorite thing to do, because I like annoying people all the time. Especially when I hear like 20-year-olds saying like, you know, 30's the new 50. I like winding people up in the sense of like, okay, so 30 is the new 50 here. We're all going to start moaning about that. But like, you are closer to 30 than you are like your teens. You know, everyone's like, oh yeah, but 19. I'm like, no. Your teen's like 15, 16. And in some people's cases, like when they're in their 20s, like they're closer to 30 than they are actually closer, like, to 16. It's just sad that some people are 20 still act like they're 16. What is up? I'm really annoyed with like 2 mages now. You should be dead from that. Although, mind you, they are padding my burn stats, so I guess it's not that bad. My god, I am an old man. I am moaning about people relating to ages. Back in my day. Damn you kids, get off my lawn. Back in my day, we didn't have a thing called res. It was called being a gentleman. Man, yeah. Ooh. Well, I mean, I'm getting strength scaling stuff, so... So cooked food is going to be very important for me. So let's focus on that, shall we? I will blow that up as well, actually. We can cook our own food, so that's always good, you know. Handy in the kitchen. Let's go to the altar. We can pray here twice. Actually, we haven't gone to the shop yet. Let's go to the shop. Just in case we have prayer beads in there. No, but we do have this, and I'll take that. Golden axe. Now, every time we spend gold, we can get more strength. Man, we can go for a strength build on this. I am not taking that. That sounds terrible. I'm just going to reroll that curse. Yeah, increase items is fine. I'm going to increase the intelligence, just because intelligence will come from blessing, the rest of it will come from... from everywhere else. Ooh, bounce. Yeah, exposed barrels to room is fine. The rest of it will come from, nice. Will come from the items themselves, right? Can you please stop firing fire? I lost all my strength from my keys. Ooh, what do we have here? Don't really care about that. We'll roll. Ooh. Ooh. Well. Oh, electrified was just damage to me. I guess we'll take Berserker's Pendant. Okay, baby, we got a strength build on our hands. I didn't want one, but we're getting one. I wanted to do smart things, but instead the smartest thing is to bonk things with a whip. Apparently. Didn't know that. Yeah, 15 damage, fine. So, now we do that, so that will cook that food. Then we eat it, which will give us health and also increase our strength. We lose strength because we healed. But the thing is the skull will slowly keep multiplying that strength upwards the more food we eat. So, the sort of a feasty skull. Man, this is going to be a weird build. And hilariously, like, I picked up some bounce stuff just for my range attack, you know? Just so I can keep other stuff going. Just blow that up, see what else we get. We have food down here, right? Some reach would be nice, is the other thing we need. Some reach. We'll cook, pick that up. I guess, like, having the bounce is really good for those stupid healers. Okay, I think we've solved the problems now. Anyway. So yeah, there's a lot ongoing, I think. Put that there then. Ooh. I mean, I'll take that. I do lose some HP for it, but like I can get rid of that to get a different blessing, like get more bounce. Actually, could be pretty good. And the mana thing is just irrelevant to me. Just double check what else is in here. Just double check there's something I wanted to buy. No. Actually, with the food, buy and buy. We got a boss fight coming on, so I might as well heal up. And I guess let's go down. Face the Orby boy. But yeah. I'm also finding it hilarious at the moment because, like, a lot of my friends and stuff, they know me as someone who's a bit of a jack of all trades. And I kind of, like, put my finger in every pie and do, like, little bits of stuff consistently. Right? Just because, like, essentially, like, I can't sit still for more than 5 minutes or something. I have to be doing something, essentially. And, you know, from playing games to... I've got a literal, old DVD player at the moment that I'm slowly, fixing and getting the parts for. So, you know. Yes, ladies, he's good with his hands. Only electronics, though. So yeah, I'm kind of like sorting that out at the moment, which is keeping me busy. Like I've got my guitar and stuff, which I kind of mess around with every so often. You know, I'm one of those. I have it, I can roughly play it, but I think I've only like one live performance with that thing before, so I say I think I've only done one live performance. Ooh. Yeah, they sped up a lot of the animations for the bosses and stuff, which I think is fair. I will say the game feels more difficult now. But I do feel like I am not, nothing is as safe as it used to be. Oh, I can't cook that, can I? Ah, fine, eat it anyway. Cool, let's go down. Okay, now let's change some of this stuff over. So we'll take the medal, remove that, give me more bounce. I'll keep the ingenuity, I'll keep the strength, the bounce, and everything else is fine. Cool. Because my strength is going to be very strong at some point. And we do have a lot of gold, technically, because we've been exploring for quite a while. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to mention, because I was streaming a game, which actually was pretty good, and I kind of enjoyed it, on Tuesday, and I kind of want to mention something on that. I also thought that kind of came in my head, like, after the stream, is the depiction of, the 7 deadly sins, you know, and, like, how every single time they're ever depicted, there's no consistency on how they're depicted in the media. Well, it's within the same media, shall we say. So, like, normally the way you'd end up depicting the 7 deadly sins is they're either a product of, or they essentially personify the sin that they are. So, you know, or they, like, inspire that sin within others, right? So, it's kind of like different ways of portraying the sin itself. Either they're the product of the sin because of other people caused it, and then that's why they exist and who they are. Think of like other sort of like I guess Harvey Dent, the Two-Face kind of idea. Like, he became Two-Face because of the whole issue with the decision-making process with him, at least within the the Dark Knight series, which, you know, as part of the media for that one goes, is like the personification of his choice that he was left in makes him Two-Face. And the fact he's a politician is just a really, like, you know... Or you have the other personification of it, which in this case would be going in from the same series, is the Joker, which he literally is just chaos, right? Like, he is just a madman. That is literally his whole stick, you know, and the other part of that is, you know, his whole gimmick is the fact that it only takes one bad day and one bad decision, one bad choice, to turn you into a man like him. Like, no one's above it all, basically. So you got one that's a product of the of the thing, while the other one is the personification of it. Then you have like the other side of it, which is then, you know, it tries to inspire that in others, right? And that's when you kind of start thinking of like the Penguin and stuff. Although, you know, he's got his own problem, but you know, I guess I would think of the Penguin more as a mobster, in a way. But again, you don't really have that in the Batman series. I think someone that inspires that in others rather than it being a... Ooh, stakes. I mean, it is actually pretty good to have that. Because that actually allows me to get more strength. Well, what was my strength stat up to? 26. Scale. What's scale now? No idea. No idea indeed. Or is that just the scaling factor of my strength? But yeah, and the thing is, like so between like Two-Face and the Joker, both of them interpret of what they are differently. But at the same time, the way they show it is different within the same media. Now, does that frustrate me? No, not really. I'm not going to be that mean about it. Like, that one, you know, give and take. But when it becomes to a group of characters all as one, then kind of yes, I will moan about it at that point. Because at that point, it becomes more of a frustrating thing where you're trying to look over something and being like, hang on a minute. Right. Like, why As You As Lust is just basically a woman that essentially is promiscuous that inspires lust in men and others. You know. And why is Sloth just some lazy person? You know, or, you know, it's just one of those things, right? Why is Wrath just an angry man? Why can't Wrath be an angry woman? I mean, to be honest, that would be the personification of Wrath. Hell has no fury than a woman scorned. Isn't that the same? I need keys, so I have enough money for the shop to buy keys, right? Guess we're going back there. Oh, cool, we have keys. Cool. Let's buy both of them just so we have them. Let's go to the item room. Well, I guess if hell hath no fury than a woman scorned, I guess a woman couldn't be Wrath. Because if she was scorned, then technically speaking, she would have more fury in hell, and if she was the personification of Wrath, she'd be in hell, which then hell would have fury. All right, and unless we're talking about like the Greek lore, in which case, yeah, you got the Fury sisters, which at that point hell does have Fury. Man, the ethical conundrums, they're terrible. But that's what I mean, like phrases like that, when you can take different interpretations of things into like one way or the other, is actually so cool, right? And I say it now, like, that is what kind of allows people to, like, take media and do cool stuff with it repeatedly. Like, very easily. Oh, yeah, look at that damage, the whip on the crits and stuff. Whip it good. Whip it real good. Actually, one thing that I've been laughing at recently is... so anyone that knows me knows that I'm a very lazy person. Well, lazy is probably an understatement. I like things to be convenient, and I will avoid doing them unless they are convenient. Which also adds into many other things in my life, right? So sometimes I might go a little bit too long without getting my hair cut. Yeah, boy howdy, right? But it means also when I ever get my hair cut, people tend to notice it a lot more than when anyone else gets their hair cut. Obviously, I notice they got their hair cut, and I say, oh no, you got a haircut. And then because, yeah, that reminds me, I probably should get mine cut at some point. Obviously, I had my hair recently cut, so this is why it's coming up. And, you know, got it booked in, had all that stuff done. And also what's funny is, like, people instantly recognize it because the change is so obvious. Like, you know, they go from having a mop on my head to being, like, you know, an actual decent cut. You know, and they actually kind of, you know, I look, you know, I look like properly done up. And I actually put an effort in. So it's just always funny when I was like, you look good now. Yeah, good cut. Nice. Yeah, no, you got a haircut. And then everyone else is like there's someone else being like, didn't notice I got my haircut. Happens every time. Give me the bucket bones. Let's go. Did they literally just fall out the sky because I moved rooms? But yeah, it is funny to me. It is funny. Ooh, reach. Actually, that could be kind of nice. And I don't need anything else. Removes a relic after defeating... I do have one to remove that instantly. Cool. So yeah, let's take some reach. Why not? It's going to be weird because that means that technically my whip is longer range, which could work against me a little bit. There we go, that book's now gone. Really, it's still some... Oh, it can charm. Okay. That could have been trouble if I couldn't kill that skull. But yeah, it is one of the things, right? Recovers mana when your fiend defeats enemies. That's whatever. Makes everything cost free. Reset once item is paid. Well, that is cheaper than just buying the item outright. Thank you. And I do need a key, so I'll buy the key. And we'll move on. Get a key and a bomb. So we got keys and bombs. Well, that'd be really good. I might wait for seeing to get that potion. That actually be kind of nice. Completely forgot about that stuff in there. Haunts altars with a wraith. Yeah, fine. Strength, which you lose instantly because I actually already got rid of it. Man, I'm having a really good time with this. Just removing all the blessings, all the curses for blessings immediately. Wow, thank you, team. That's the only thing. I really wish summons didn't trigger some of the stuff, because you literally can't do puzzles with them because of it. Or at least, like, you could have a thing where you can tell them to stay. Like a command or something. That is very frustrating. What have we got here? Gold or damage? Let's do the damage stuff, why not? Intensifier seems interesting. Maybe it'll fuse something. And I guess let's continue. We can't get any more gold, so I guess we're done with this floor, and it's boss fight time. But yeah. I talk about random stuff constantly. Like, my brain is just never really stuck in one place. Which kind of depicts on why that I'm then just, like, lazy a lot of the time as well, right? Like, not intentionally, just like, I like stuff to be convenient, right? Okay. Healing, healing. I will admit, like, when we hit with the whip and get the crit, like, that's kind of cool, but it's very annoying that your whip doesn't do anything unless it crits. Like, it does hardly any damage otherwise. I am very disappointed. But now... yeah. We're doing alright. I wonder if there's any more floors and stuff. I think there's more areas and things, but, like, I've got to unlock it. I'm not too sure what I have to do to unlock it, so I'm kind of just playing through until, like, something happens. Unfortunately, I've just been playing through a lot of these games and not getting any wins. So... haha, I'm bad at game. Kind of scenario. Cook. Into the shop, because this is a better chance to get keys back. It does. Is that the key doubler? Oh, it's the bomb doubler. I'm just doing that straight away. Like, there is no reason why I shouldn't immediately get, like, 10 keys. Wow. Thanks, guys. Really helpful. No key. Although I don't need keys anymore, we're good. Cattle traps. Well. And then, ooh, more reach. Reduces charisma. In that case, why don't you just get more, like, health or toughness, yeah. You don't get very much in the way of HP normally, so you might as well get some from the altars if we can. And I think, like, more reach is kind of irrelevant, because it's already further than I really want it to be, so... Now, what have you got for me? Ooh, the bear ring. That's kind of cool. But do we transmute? I think we do. Ooh. Sometimes duplicate a potion when you drink it. Well, I don't really have any other potions, but 2 lower grade items, common drops, could be pretty good. And I just said about the reach. And I have shrapnel bombs. Weird. Why does that not show up on my bomb slots? Who knows? Is it like a buff to bombs rather than it being actually a bomb, just a modifier? Oh, so it's like a passive rather than actual modification. Like, I wish it was consistent. But yeah, other than that, like, I think actually like there's some really good games coming out, like, beginning of next year. And I think we've got, Mao is coming out, which I did a quick look on that, which seems like a very interesting Metroidvania, which I might actually play that through live streams, because that's going to be pretty good. That's coming out in January. Then we got, like, Slay the Spire 2, which is coming out next year at some point. I don't know if that's got an official release date yet, but that's coming out pretty cool. Then we got, I think, so many games on my wish list at the moment that are coming out, like, January time as well, which will be really good. I think there's that game Atlas, like Star Atlas or something, isn't it, I think? That is also a game that I've kind of done a quick look on as well, and there we go. Yeah, shoot the food then. Like, there are some pretty good indie games, and I'm so thankful for indie developers. Like, you have no idea how nice it is that I can pick up a game for like a few quid, play it, have a really good time with it, and then move on to the next one without any other BS attached to it. What do I think from here? No, I think we're good. Like, it sounds like I'm thanking you for doing your job as normal, and I really am, because essentially that's what you've done. You've just done your job and done it well. But it's just kind of sad that that is like the pinnacle of achievements. Is, well done, you did what we asked. You know? And I will say, I'll always give games a chance if I look at them privately or I actually put them on the channel. I will take them up as damage again. So if there are games that people want me to look at or have a look over or give my honest opinions on, I always try to. So yeah, you know, hit me up as it were. I already got some I've got to do a quick look at, a quick look on as well already. So there is a bit of a backlog and a list I've got to go through, and I'm trying to compartmentalize them, which is kind of nice, you know. I mean, like I said, this channel was mainly just all about me just playing games and enjoying my time with them, and it's kind of nice to know that I do have some people that recognise that, you know, I offer an interesting perspective and have a big enough audience to warrant an opinion. So thanks, guys, for subscribing. It's appreciated. I think it's only more the fact that I just, like, allow my contact stuff to be available, really. Ooh. That's more intelligence. Let's go. Let's wait on that one until after. And let's go to the shop. But yeah, it's one of the small things. I think, really. So there's only how speed projectile increase the speed of your team's projectiles. Well, actually seems pretty good, actually. Yeah, hopefully with stuff like doing streaming on Kick and stuff, and doing stuff like that, that'll kind of like help us make a name for ourselves within the gaming community and stuff. And it's one of the things, like I did do some years back some freelance reviewing, I would suggest. Well, it was more like ghostwriting, but still it counts as the same thing. Cheese. No, to the axe. It's all about asking the questions. I will say, I do feel like the game has made you squishier. Like, I don't think you're taking more damage, but I definitely feel like I take more damage everywhere. I mean, I do take damage consistently. I'm bad at the game, but, like, beforehand, what would be maybe a, you know, a few points of damage now seems to turn into a full-on one-shot. You know? There we go. Use the whip, not the axe. Ooh. Actually, that's pretty good. More healing. Which ranks up my strength. What is my strength at? 130. Yeah, I should be hitting with this. The whip. The whip. We should be hitting with the whip. I should be hitting things with the whip. I'm so used to using the ranged attack with this character that it's terrible. But yeah, it's one of the things. I think it's something that a lot of people don't say enough, and is if you want to do something, like me making YouTube videos, and it's like you do your job, you come home, and you just want to like relax doing something you enjoy. I will tell you now, as a person that literally is doing exactly that, you know, the immortal words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Right? I think in this day and age, a lot of stuff kind of gets, like, all bundled in together a little bit too much. Guess getting strength then. Intelligence. Where it's like you don't really get much of a choice in things, and like everything has to be like very specific. Yeah, I get the crit, we do loads of damage. Don't do that bad damage, just a normal hit though. So with our reach, it's actually pretty good. Now we seem scaled up a little bit. You know, it's only got 146 attack damage. Man, this boss is actually pretty big, so like we're probably going to crit them quite well, aren't we? I would like to go to shop just to see if I can get like more food. You know what? As this being a problem, let's pick that up. I'll take a key with me as well. Range stuff is being an issue for me, so why not make slow everyone else's down, right? Let's go face this boss, which is one that happens to have a lot of range stuff. So this should be quite useful. And we can also... No, they stopped you lighting the orbs now, didn't they? Yeah, look, they've made that happen. It's very annoying. Man, I am taking tons of hits. I swear, I feel way more squishy. Are they just up the difficulty and stuff then? Is this what this is? Or maybe just Dante isn't as strong as he should be. Oh well, I guess we'll leave it there for today. But again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.